Hey, what is up, everybody? My name is Justin Kruger, community developer on Rainbow Six Siege, and we are streaming live here from Sao Paulo, Brazil. And I'm so happy to be joining you guys this awesome day for what we're doing right now is the dev panel series for the Rainbow Six Siege Pro League. Today we're going to be talking about community and talking with a new face in the community, Intero. Intero Bang, how's it going, man?
It's going really well. How are you?
I'm doing great. And so today we're going to be talking about community, talking with you, getting to know you a little bit better because not a lot of people know how you got into Rainbow Six Pro League. I think that's something that's really cool. But obviously today we just really want to thank the entire community and of course thank the entire Brazilian community for showing up and being some of the most passionate, insane crowds that we've seen today. So obrigado, Brazil. Thank you guys so much for being so intense, so passionate about the games today. It's been such an awesome time to see you guys just cheer. There was one moment out there where I was holding my camera, videotaping these guys, and I got goosebumps, man. It was really
insane.
cool. Yeah, so today we're talking about community, and tomorrow we're talking about, obviously in our dev panel series, we're talking about the year 3 and also the 6th invitation, which is really exciting stuff, and then also White Noise, Operation White Noise Reveal. So you do not want to miss those, but without further ado, let's take a look back at Operation Blood Orchid and some of the amazing content that our streamers and video creators have done over the course of this season. Let's take a look at that now.
So it's gonna hit the right side and then all the way to the left.
It's like definitely.
You see? Calculated.
Smiles, thank you for the 3 months resub. I'm on college budget, but I have to say, subscribe. I could live off the tears, the disappointment, instead of food. Assim que você me achou de caralho! Porra!
Oh, that looked like cheating. That actually kind of scared me a little bit. Okay, now I'm definitely cheating.
Valkyrie trophy.
Okay, yeah, I'm done. I'm actually done.
Twitch is 1 HP.
That was a person!
Whoops.
Nice.
It's the same angle. Both. Oh, there it is. By the way, look at that. At this moment, they knew. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, dude. All the way in already. Jesus fuck, dude.
I mean, I saw him. I didn't think I'd be that accurate. Jeez.
Keep the biohazard container has been located. Secure the biohazard container. Hostile activity resumes. Secure the container.
Ace.
once the threat is
We got an ace.
That was some really awesome stuff, Parker. And thank you so much to all of our content creators, YouTube video creators, streamers, and even if you're just posting on the Reddit, we thank you so much because you guys are the lifeblood of our community. And speaking of our community in Terabang, you're new to the Pro League scene, 2 months on the Pro League scene, and new to the Rainbow Six Siege community. I just want to sort of get to know you a little bit here, and ask you how you got started in casting. Where did you begin?
It's a bit of a funny story. I got involved doing like administrative work for, at the time, a Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 league online, and in one of the meetings, one of the guys who ran like the casting area of it, he's like, you have a really nice voice.
You do have a really nice voice. It's
thank
very
you.
silky and smooth, yeah.
I honestly believe that you could do it as well. So I mean,
I don't know if anybody wants to see that, but you know.
that's okay.
Yeah,
they don't want to see
thanks.
this either. I am a meme machine.
You are a meme machine. I think you've been memed at least 3 times today.
That's all this broadcast has been today.
Exactly.
But he said I had a nice voice. He said, have you ever thought about getting into casting? And I said, I never had, but I would give it a whirl. And I did a couple off-stream matches, and then from there, I had a couple friends that did some just some fun like Highlander matches for Team Fortress 2. And then, I was a bit inspired by that CSGO video where the guy would hop into random servers and pretend that it was like a DreamHack event and cast it like it was the Pro Leagues, and I started doing that. Got banned from a lot of Team Fortress 2 servers doing it, but it was fun in the meantime.
Just trolled your way into the industry.
That's exactly it. So.
Really awesome. So just by happenstance, you got into shoutcasting, which is really cool. And now, how did you get into the Rainbow scene? Siege scene, because not a lot of people know this, but you started in amateur leagues, right?
Yes, I did. So I actually, like, my first opportunity was, I got back into casting doing like Overwatch for like a bunch of friends. Like a couple of my friends were trying some people out for a team and said, you know, if you could cast it, that'd be cool. Like it would bring awareness to it, maybe viewership. I was like, sure. I ended up doing like a similar one for Rainbow Six, and people encouraged me to get involved. The very first league I was ever involved in was this tiny league called the Siege Contender Series. I think I broadcasted to like 8 to like 10, 15 viewers, but the feedback was really good.
But important 15.
It was an important 15.
Yeah.
And I mean, the thing is, it's like everybody's got to start small. Nobody's going to jump right into Pro League. And from there, I went into what I guess would be like the largest amateur league in North America, which is called CCS, which I got an opportunity to cast alongside Talon, who's now back in Pro League with Onslaught, as they just qualified again. And from there, I just ended up getting picked up. Big thanks go to a couple people. I got to thank Skies and Kickstarter. Like they're like the 2 most instrumental, and the guys at ESL as well. And
well,
Vets too.
It's really cool that you come from the amateur scene, because I've seen you cast and you refer back to that knowledge. You refer back to that experience, and a lot of the players now in the Pro League scene are coming from that amateur scene, so it's really important. And now how did you take that step to finally being at the Pro League finals in Sao Paulo, Brazil? What has this experience been like for you, and how has it been like? How was it when you first got that notice that you were actually going to be a Pro League caster?
It was right after the latest season had started. I got messaged by Daniel, the project manager, and he messaged me at like, I don't know, it was like 4 in the morning for my time, because it's like 10 a.m. in Poland.
Right.
And he's like, hey, I heard you might be interested in coming out and casting. Would you be interested? And I'd be like, heck to the yes.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, absolutely, I'll do it. He's like, we want you. He's like, we want you for the finals in Brazil. And he's like, I said, when do you want me? He goes, it's a Saturday sound. And I was like, all right, well, I can make that work.
So basically, you know, not even a few days go by, and you're in Poland casting the Pro League.
Yeah, it was. I got off the plane on like Saturday. The only person I knew in Poland at the time was Kix, and showed me around, and then we went to the studio, and it was pretty nerve-wracking. Like when I sat down, I was super confident. I'm like sitting there watching the countdown going. I'm like, I've got this. And then the intro comes on, and I'm just like, I don't got this. Like I just turned home and I was like, I was like, take the lead, take the lead at the start. I was like, take the lead.
Don't do it.
Yeah. And he walked me through it, and it was good. And then from there on, it's been a learning process. It's
cool.
getting
Well,
comfortable.
yeah, I think a lot of people have enjoyed your casting style, and I think it's bringing a lot to the scene. And I got to ask, you know, for aspiring casters who are coming in, who want to be in Pro League or in a similar scene like that, what would you have advice for them?
The biggest thing is the way you cast is you cannot cast for yourself. A lot of people, when they cast, it sounds kind of like an internal monologue, like, oh, so-and-so did that, oh, they're doing that. You can't. You have to project. You have to be a showman or showgirl or showgal, because showgirl has connotations.
Yeah.
And you have to project, and you have to basically put on, not an act, but you have to be over the top. And the basic things are, if you are not doing it in a way that is entertaining and worthy of listening to, and if you are not accurate, you are failing at, I would say, the 2 most fundamentally important aspects of casting. So Joe Miller tweeted yesterday that there are people who just will never have the tools to ascend to the top of casting. I think that's correct by and large, but I think that most people can hack it in amateur and semi-amateur leagues quite
Yeah, and
easily.
at least if you're at that level, you have experience. You can actually kind of do it. You can actually get that thrill of the competition, and then they can also reach out to people like you. I think you've done a little bit of trainings in the past, right?
If anybody is, and I don't say everybody because I don't want my DMs just like
Oh, your
flooded,
DMs are going to be blown up. So.
but I have a standing relationship with a number of like up and coming like North American and EU casters where I always say like if you ever want like tips, I might not be able to sit down and spend like 4 hours reviewing an entire VOD, but I'll skip through a couple rounds, and if there's something any glaringly obvious that I see, I'll send you feedback on it. And the most important thing too though is that I still have so much to learn and so much to grow on that just because I say that I think you need to improve upon that doesn't necessarily mean you do. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But I'll give you that feedback and you can do with it as you may.
Now, this is your first finals.
Yes.
What has this experience been like? You've only casted one game so far. You're casting the next game, but what has this experience been like for you so far?
It's been, I guess overwhelming is the word. This is an insane crowd. You are all absolutely nuts and deserve so many accolades. I was sitting up there in the booth, and as we're waiting for the first one to go on, and a camera swung around, and everybody just roared at Font going on stage. I got goosebumps, and I was like, this is something completely different than I thought.
Absolutely. So Parker, thank you so much for joining me today for the Community Spotlight. This has been really great to get to know you a little bit better and get your face out there a little bit. And where can people find you online?
You can find me on Twitter at HeyInterrobang, and then on Twitch at just Intero. I actually just changed my Twitch name. It's just INTERRO, Intero.
Great.
So
you can also see him casting the next game, Eve G versus Ents. That's going to be a crazy game.
Absolutely insane.
I'm going to be heartbroken either way. You know?
Two amazing teams, probably. I would say right now, looking at it, the most difficult matchup between the two teams, of two teams at all. And it's like, whether no matter who you want to root for, it's going to be an absolute barn burner. And I imagine it'll go the full distance, which for my voice is probably not ideal, but for the viewership and you at home, it's great.
Absolutely. So. Well, you got to get back up there. But before we take off, we have one little surprise for you guys. The Pro League charms that will be released in early January. Here are the teams. You have Rogue, Evil Geniuses, and obviously 2 Brazilian teams, Black Dragons and BRK. You can hear the crowd. They are excited to see the Black Dragons and BRK, obviously, and Evil Geniuses, which is really cool. We were working on the Continuum charm, and that had been now changed over to the Evil Geniuses. But with that said, thank you guys so much for tuning in. And also, I just want to say one thing, too, that all teams need to have a qualified roster in order to qualify for those charms. So by the time they release, if they don't have a qualified roster, then they don't count. Yeah. Well, we got more Pro League coming up right now. Don't go away. Don't touch that internet browser. Thank you guys so much.